Hey everybody, good to see you again. This is Heath Davis Havlick, as usual. I'm the founder of Dearly Beloved Personal Discovery Programs, and I am here to talk about the Enneagram, one of my favorite topics. So I just showed you, as I was waiting for the Periscope to go live, a little chart, a little graphic about the Enneagram, and so just going to wait a minute for everybody to have a chance to come on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. You can check me out at uncoverydiscovery.com. That's my blog and website, and it's going through a little bit of transformation. I just moved to self-hosted, so the theme isn't right. I need to install the theme and get it all customized, so it looks kind of weird right now, and all the functionality isn't there. But anyway, you can at least go ahead and check that out. And then also you can contact me by Twitter or join the conversation here, Heath D. Havlick. And then also I have a Facebook page as well. You can find it at Dearly Beloved Programs. Get in on the conversation, see what it is I'm talking about, what I'm all about. What I love to do is help people find their true selves and live their destiny and glorify God, give them maximum glory with their lives, and get filled with joy as they do what they were created to do. So the Enneagram is actually a part of that, if you can get your head around that, and hopefully I can explain a little bit more about why that is. Okay, so let's talk about the Enneagram. Here's the one of the charts. There are other charts as well that have some lines between the numbers, and we'll talk more about that in another scope, but I'm just going to show you that little graphic again. Okay, so we've got 9 different numbers, and the Enneagram works on the premise that there are 9 personality types in the world, and only 9. So there's sort of 9 home bases that people start from. And then within each of those numbers, of course, there's a ton of variation. So it's not like everybody's a carbon copy. It's just that people have one of 9 ways of relating to and being in the world and experiencing the world, showing up in the world and filtering what comes at them from the world. Okay, none of these numbers is any better than the other. That's an important thing too. Just so it's not like 1 is better than 9 or 9's a higher number, so it's better than 1. There's none of that going on. It's just a convenient way to talk about the 9 different types. So the word Enneagram is kind of weird. I know you've probably never heard of it before. And it just is a Greek word. It comes from the Greek word for 9, ennea, E-N-N-E-A, and then gram, which just means drawing or picture. Okay, so like diagram. So that's what the Enneagram stands for. And it has very interesting origins going back a couple thousand years or more, actually, depending on who you talk to and what different theories have come about. So the symbol itself, which again, I didn't show the full symbol, I'll show it to you during another scope, is really ancient, and no one's exactly sure of its origin, but it came to pass in about the 1950s or 60s that a man named Oscar Ichazo took that symbol and then mapped his understanding of human personality to it, and it mapped really amazingly well. And again, when you see those numbers, the lines between the numbers in the actual graphic that I'll show you later, it makes a lot of sense, and it's pretty amazing how accurate this system is. So, you know, do we really need another personality system in the world? Who really cares? Is it just something interesting? Is it just another thing that you can stick under your belt or identify yourself with? Well, the answer to that is no, and that's one of the things that makes the Enneagram so cool. It's not putting you in a box. It's not saying this is who you are, like many of the other personality tests do. What it's doing is saying, here's who you are not. And that's the really important distinction. It's saying, here are the patterns of behavior that your brain has created because it was, you know, because you were born with one particular bent, one of 9 different ways of seeing the world. And so then all these patterns were developed as a result of that. But that's not who you actually are. in the core of your being is the real you. And your personality kind of sits on top of that and squelches it in a sense, or at least influences it in ways that make you less than you actually could be. So the point of learning the Enneagram is to understand the parts that are not you so that you can begin to get free of them. And as you begin to get more and more free of them, then your view of reality opens up. It becomes more true. And you are able to then hear God better, understand your true intrinsic, real, authentic self more and experience that self more. And that's why you can then live a fuller expression of your destiny on the earth. So that's why I'm really excited about the Enneagram. And I hope that if you're not yet interested in the Enneagram, that you will become so, because it really can transform your life. It's transformed my life. It's transformed the lives of people that I have worked with. And I just can't recommend it enough. So I want to share one of my favorite resources for the Enneagram, and that's this book right here, The Wisdom of the Enneagram, the complete guide to psychological and spiritual growth for the 9 personality types, by Don Richard Riso and Russ Hudson. They are the founders of the Enneagram Institute, which is one of the major schools for training and information in the world. They're founded in New York State. And I am actually involved in the certification process through the Enneagram Institute. I have one more class, and then I have a bunch of practical things that I need to deliver, and then I'll be certified through them. It's a great organization. I've met Russ Hudson personally. I sat under his teaching. He's fantastic. So I recommend that book as a starter book. It's fat, but it's really good. And then if you know a little bit about the Enneagram already, I want to recommend this book, Head versus Heart and Our Gut Reactions, the 21st Century Enneagram. And that's by a man named Michael Hampson. I believe he's British. And it's a really fun and fresh take on the Enneagram that provides additional insight as well. So I say read a lot of books and go to enneagraminstitute.com and look online at some of the other organizations that teach the Enneagram, because there are quite a few, and it's increasing. This is really kind of a golden era for the Enneagram, and you can get in sort of on the ground floor. I mean, it's been around for quite a few decades now in its current form in studying personality and behavior, but now there's something in the air, it's like the zeitgeist, and people are really excited about the Enneagram. So I say, yeah, get in as soon as you can, because the sooner you get in, the sooner you can live a fuller expression of your destiny and give God maximum glory with your life. And I think that's worth doing. I think that's the reason why we exist on the earth. So it's very important to me, and I hope it will become important to you. The Enneagram's not the only way to do that, but it's a majorly helpful tool. So that's why I recommend it. That's why I teach it. That's why I talk about it. I write about it on my blog. I'm writing a book about it as one component, again, of getting closer to your destiny. And so, on Periscope, I'll be talking about when that is finished and when it becomes available as well. In the meantime, again, you can go ahead and go over to uncoverrediscovery.com and look at my blog posts. Again, please excuse the mess as I sort that all out. And then you can also look at Facebook. My page is Dearly Beloved Programs, and you can catch me on Twitter at Heath D. Havlick as well, and that's Havlick. All right, till next time, blessings on your journey, and we'll see you again soon.